Welcome back, fight fans. Welcome back. Let's just dig right into it, and we're going to break it down. Eddie Hearn has recently revealed, that he's going to be reaching out to Mikey Garcia while he is out in LA for the Lomachenko versus Krola fight. And basically, he stated that he'd like to make the Maurice Hooker versus Mikey Garcia fight for the WBO super lightweight title. And I think this makes a lot of sense. This was according to Michael Benson as well. And I think that this fight makes tremendous sense for both people. You have one with Mikey Garcia, who's shown a lot of issues with Top Rank and Bob Arum, but at the same time, Mikey Garcia is just coming down from 147. So if he comes in and enters his next fight, it would be a very difficult fight to drop from 147 all the way to 135 to face the best fighter in the division. It would make more sense that Mikey Garcia at this point in his career, the fact that he's 31 years old, the fact that he's a little bit older at this point, especially coming off that type of loss, you want to go ahead and see Mikey Garcia at his best weight, where he's hydrated, where he's fit. And I think that 140 makes the most sense. And, you see an undefeated Maurice Hooker sitting there, and there's a potential for a shot at a world title, another world title at 140 pounds. I think Mikey Garcia has to take that opportunity. I think that's a fantastic and tremendous opportunity. And let's just dig into the fight and what we expect that to be like. When you look at Mikey Garcia, he is 31 years old. He's an orthodox fighter. He's 5'6" with a 68-inch reach. He's an extremely strong fighter. So, he has pop at 140 pounds. He dropped Sergey Lipinets, who's already moved up to 147 and basically knocked out Lamont Peterson. So Mikey Garcia has tremendous pop at 140 pounds. And, these guys aren't too big for him at 140 pounds, maybe his best fighting weight right now. Now then, when you look at Maurice Hooker, this guy is 26-0. He has 3 draws and 17 knockouts. Maurice Hooker is a very interesting fighter. I like Maurice Hooker. He beat Alex Saucedo in what was a very, very interesting fight. It looks like Alex Saucedo may have been winning against Maurice Hooker at certain points in that fight, but Maurice Hooker was able to land a few good combinations and ultimately stopped Alex Saucedo in the 7th round. And so since then, Maurice Hooker has taken on another tune-up, basically just a title defense. He hasn't looked phenomenal. He hasn't looked great. He's not a world beater, but he's a very good and quality fighter. He's a world champion. Maurice Hooker is younger than Mikey Garcia. He's 29 years old. He's orthodox as well. He stands at 5'11" with an 80-inch reach, so he would have, a height and reach advantage over Mikey Garcia. He would come in stronger than a Robert Easter Jr., but not as strong as an Errol Spence Jr. So I think this would make for a great stylistic matchup for Mikey Garcia to have back-to-back fights where he has to overcome height and reach. But height and reach has never been a problem for Mikey in the past, especially someone who like Robert Easter, who was taller than Errol Spence. I guess that's what perplexed me about the fact that Mikey Garcia made no adjustments against Errol Spence, is that he's shown the ability to do that. But maybe it was the power of Errol Spence. Maybe that was it. Maybe Errol Spence is just a better fundamental boxer than Robert Easter Jr. Maybe that was it. Regardless of whatever the true reason was why Mikey Garcia didn't make those necessary adjustments, I think Maurice Hooker is at the stage and Mikey Garcia is at the stage in a level of competition where Mikey Garcia should be able to figure out Maurice Hooker. Maurice Hooker doesn't always use his height and reach to his advantage. He fights in the pocket quite a bit, and he likes to bang at times. So I can definitely see him trying to slug it out with Mikey Garcia, and I can definitely see Mikey Garcia stopping, dropping, or even, knocking out Maurice Hooker at some point in that fight if that fight gets made. I think this is the opportunity Mikey Garcia needs to take. This is the type of fight he needs to have. The fight would preferably be on DAZN because it's, he's basically a DAZN fighter. He's with Eddie Hearn. He's with Matchroom. And there's no reason why Mikey Garcia at this point shouldn't go for those paydays, because DAZN would pay a tremendous fee to have Mikey Garcia come over to the other side of the street. I think this makes the most sense for Mikey Garcia. And after Mikey Garcia, if he's successful, like I think he will be against Maurice Hooker, gets setbacks, beats Maurice Hooker, then I think he can look around at other divisions, whether he wants to go down to 35. And then at that point, he'll only be moving down one weight class. He'll be much more confident in his abilities once again, because, after a loss, regardless of how you lose, you need a confidence boosting fight. You need that tune up to get you back in the win column. And I think that it's not going to be an easy fight for Mikey, but I think it'll be a good fight for Mikey. But once again, again, Unbiased as always. It's the IBFP. Please share, like, and you must absolutely subscribe.